that gets people able to buy. And when you look at wage growth, which is accelerated, that's also going to help. Second of all,
go ahead. Give me your second point. Go ahead.
Second of all, we now have home buyers. They've had a kick in the pants. They want to act now, and they know it. And I think that's going to help too.
Now, if I'm a stock market investor, how do I play a rising, strong real estate sector?
I think there are a couple of ways to do this. From an income standpoint, when you look at commercial real estate, lower interest rates are actually a positive because that adds to the income. That makes dividend stocks, which real estate generally is, more attractive. Plus, you're also benefiting from a stronger economy. So it's really a double whammy on the commercial real estate side.
Now, I know you don't recommend individual stocks, but you say this sector as a whole will come back nicely this year, correct?
I think it will, yes.
Okay. Brad McMillan, thanks for joining us, sir. You know, your answers are perfect in about 15 to 20 seconds. Sometimes, though, I'm not ready with a follow-on. You're all right, though, Brad. Thanks for joining us.
Why didn't you say that to me? Your answers are perfect.
All right, you know who's coming up next, so let me get into the subject here. The Democrats have said they want to reshape the Supreme Court. Some watchers, court watchers, including the son of Justice Scalia, say their arguments might be worth taking seriously. Watch this.
The Constitution does not say that there needs to be 9 justices, and there haven't always been 9 justices. So, theoretically, that's something that could happen, and that's maybe an argument worth taking seriously.
All right, well, Judge Napolitano is here. He's the host, by the way, of The Liberty File on Fox Nation. Okay, Judge, you heard what the son of Justice Scalia had to say. Is he in favor of expanding the court?
No, he's not in favor of expanding the court, but what he was talking about in that clip was that when FDR attempted to expand the court in 1937, it had the effect of changing the attitude of 1 or 2 justices. And the New Deal legislation, which the Supreme Court had been invalidating, it began affirming. But it was an entirely different demographic. You had a liberal president, and the old-timers on the court were conservatives. Now you have a conservative president, and the old-timers on the court are the liberals. I don't think Justice Kavanaugh is going to change his views, or Justice Alito is going to change his views because of what DrivetoWork suggests they do to the Supreme Court. Their suggestion would require a constitutional amendment, which is a non-starter.
You don't need a constitutional amendment to change the number of justices on the Supreme Court.
That is correct, but what they want is for Republicans in Congress to pick 5, Democrats in Congress to pick 5, and those who tend to pick another 5. That is a radical change from what we have, and would require 2/3 of Congress and 3/4 of the states to agree. It's not going to happen.
They just want to take the power of nominating a Supreme Court justice away from the president.
Correct, because they don't like this president, and they suspect when he is reelected, he'll have a chance to put more people like Justice Gorsuch and Justice Kavanaugh on the court.
They must be frightened to death.
I bet they are.
A second Trump term where he could
they
possibly put another 2 justices on the Supreme Court.
I'm sorry to say this, but many of them are wringing their hands for not having forced Justice Ginsburg off the court while Barack Obama was still in the White House.
What a thing.
They asked her to do it, and she basically told them to go take a hike. She said, "I have a lifetime appointment, and I intend to serve my full term."
Well,
wow.
Hubris.
It's not a bad answer.
Yeah. I got to get to this. A federal judge in Wyoming has blocked drilling on 300,000 acres of federal land because the government didn't take into account climate change.
Now,
what's going on?
For you, I read a 50-page, very technical opinion and a 100-page, mind-boggling statute. And my conclusion is the judge is correct. It is not a liberal judge. It is a judge interpreting a very, very liberal, onerous statute that requires the Bureau of Land Management, when they allow a lease to be drilled over here, to ascertain its effect over here. And between my fingers is 100 miles.
Wait a second. That statute was written way back in the 1970s.
Yes, that is
They never
correct.
heard of climate change in the 1970s.
But the law is still there, and the courts have no opportunity but to enforce it as it's written.
But they're interpreting it as the way it's written. They're interpreting it today.
So it
That's climate change. The environmentalists are all over this one.
The Bureau of Land Management used statistics to suggest what would happen to the land over here 100 miles away, rather than actual examination of the earth, which is what the statute requires. I think the Bureau of Land Management was trying to put into public policy what the president wants and what the president believes the public wants.